Hey kids, welcome to section 10.1 Perimeter and Area Review. Today we're going to review how to find the area and perimeter of shapes in preparation for our tiny house unit. So we need to remember the difference between area and perimeter. Area is the amount of two-dimensional space a shape occupies. Perimeter is the sum of all the side lengths of a shape. So one thing I remember is that area is everything inside, and that perimeter is everything on the outside. There are formulas for perimeter and area. Perimeter is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So if you know how long a rectangle is and how wide a rectangle is, you can multiply each of them by 2 and then add them together. The area of a rectangle is given by the formula A equals L times W, where L is the length and W is the width. So if you know how long a rectangle is and how wide a rectangle is, you can multiply them together and that's your area. So your formulas are right down here. It's not important that you memorize the formulas. It's more important that you understand what perimeter and area means. So let's take a look at some examples. Number 1, find the perimeter and area of each rectangle. Each figure is in centimeters and not drawn to scale. So if I want to do in letter A, the perimeter, I know that the formula is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. In our picture, it does not matter which one is L and which one is W. If you need to label them, you can. So I'm going to have 2 times 10 plus 2 times 10. So that's 20 plus 20. So that's 40 centimeters. The units for perimeters, perimeter is always in plain units, no squares, just centimeters. Area is length times width. So if I know that my length is 10 and my width is 10, then I can find my area to be 100 centimeters squared. So units for area are always squared, and units for perimeter are just plain units. All right, let's do letter B. Now we have a rectangle with 4.78 and 8.1. It does not matter what you call the length and the width. If I'm finding perimeter, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, my perimeter is going to be 2 times 4.78 plus 2 times 8.1. Again, it doesn't matter which one you call the L and which one you call the W. 2 times 4.78 is 9.56. 2 times 8.1 is 16.2. I add those together and I get 25.76 centimeters. That's a 2. If I want my area, I'm going to do length times width, 4.78 times 8.1. Again, it doesn't matter which way you multiply. When you do this, you get 38.718 centimeters squared. Do not round your decimal. Keep whatever numbers there are. If it wanted you to round, it would have told you in the directions. All right, let's look at example 2. This time, we're going to find the missing length of each rectangle given the perimeter or the area. Each figure is in centimeters and not drawn to scale. So for instance, in letter A, we know that the perimeter is 26. We also know that the width is 8 and the length is L. So we need to figure out what the length is. Well, we have a formula for perimeter, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. I can fill in what I know. I know my perimeter is 26, and I know that my width is 8. So this gives me 26 equals 2L plus, and 2 times 8 is 16. Now I need to figure out what the length is. So this is a linear equation from algebra. I can subtract 16 to the left and get 10 equals 2L. 2L means 2 times L. I can undo that by dividing both sides by 2. And L gives me 5 centimeters. Length and width are regular units. So whatever your units are, leave them, don't square them. Okay, if I'm looking at letter B, this time I have area is 63 with a length of L and a width of 9. So I need to remember my area formula is length times width. I know that my area is 63 and my width is 9. So it's L times W. So if I want to get the L alone, I can divide both sides by 9. This gives me a length of 7 centimeters. Again, the units for length and width are single units, not squares. All right, so now let's make it a little bit more complicated. I'm going to give you some irregular shapes, and we're going to have to find the perimeter and area of each rectangle. Remember, each figure is in centimeters and not drawn to scale. Okay, so if I'm in letter A, I need to find the perimeter. Well, I don't really have a length and a width. What I do have is a bunch of sides. So I need to find all of the sides. Let's see, I have 9, I have 7, I have 4. I do not have this side here or this side here, and then I have 3. Well, if I pretend that this is a big old rectangle, then this right side of 7 has to be equal to this left side of 3 plus, well, it's got to be 4, which means this side is 4. And then this whole side across the top is 9. And on the bottom, it's 4 plus what? It's got to be 5. So my missing is 5. So that means that my perimeter starting at the top and going clockwise is 9 plus 7 plus 4. And now I don't want to use this one and I don't want to use this one. Plus 4 plus 5 plus 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. If I add them all up, I get a perimeter of 32. The units are centimeters plane. Now, when I want to find the area, I need to find the area of the entire shape. Well, that's kind of hard because it's like two stuck together. So what we can do is we can pretend that there's a little line chopping the shape into two rectangles. So this rectangle on the left is a length of 3 and a width of 5. So the area here is going to be 3 times 5. And then I have this rectangle here. The length is 7 and the width is 4. So 7 times 4. So now my area is going to be 3 times 5 for the one rectangle, plus 7 times 4 for the other rectangle. That's going to give me 15 plus 28. That's going to give me 43 centimeters in its area, so square. All right, let's take a look at B. Let's see. So I kind of see two rectangles when we do area. I'm thinking we're going to chop it this way. Let's see, this top rectangle is a 9 by 3. And this rectangle in the bottom is a 6 by 4. All right, so now let's take a look at perimeter. We got 9, we got 3. Well, let's see, we need this length here. Well, it kind of looks like this length 4, but I know that this whole top is 9 and this chunk is 6, which means this part's probably a 1 with, so that makes this a 5, which means this is a 4. So yeah, that's probably a 4 because this 5 and 4 have to give 9 and this 1 and 5 have to give 6. All right, so 9, 3, 4, 4, 6. Ooh, I need this side here. Well, that's a 4. I got the 1, and then I need this side. That's a 3. All right, so my perimeter, starting at the top, 9, 3, 4, 4, 6, 4, 1, and 3. Add those all up. That gives you 34. It's perimeter, so just centimeters. Area is going to be my two rectangles, 9 times 3 and 6 times 4. So that's 27 plus 24. That's 51. This is area, so centimeters squared. All right, if we look at letter C, I see the two rectangles right there. That means this tall, skinny one is a 9 by 2, and this smaller one is a 3 by 2. All right, let's see. We got this piece down here is a 2 because it's opposite that 2. And then we know this side is 2. Let's see, here's 3 because those are opposite. And so if I got 3, let's see, this whole piece is 9, but all I got's 2. So I'm thinking that this is a 2 and this is a 3, because then we'd have 2 and 2 is 4 and 3. Nope, that's got to be 5 up there. This has to be 5. All right, let's check and see if that works now. So we got this 2 and another 2 is 4 and another 5 is 9. Yep, okay. So we got perimeter starting at the top and going clockwise. 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, and 9. All right, so that, add them all up gives you 28. It's perimeter, so that's centimeters. All right, if we do area, we got 9 times 2, and we got 3 times 2. So that gives us 18 and 6. Area is 24 square centimeters. All right, let's take a look here at D. Let's see, I want to chop it right here. So this gives me a 5 by 2. Ooh, now over here I got to do a little thinking. This whole side is 9, and this side's got to be 7, so that 7 and 2 gives us the 9, okay? Which means this rectangle down here is 7 by 2. There are other ways to cut up rectangles other than the way I'm doing it. It's just one way. All right, do we have all the sides? Let's see. Right here, this side's got to be a 3, so that this 3 and this 2 make this 5. Okay, I think we got them all. So starting at the 2, going clockwise. 2, 3, plus 7, plus 2, plus 9, plus 5. That gives us a perimeter of 28 centimeters. If we do area, we've got 5 times 2, and we have 7 times 2. That's going to give us 10 plus 14. That's 24. It's area, so square centimeters. So look at those last two examples. Both have a perimeter of 28 centimeters and both have an area of 24 square centimeters, but they're completely different shaped. All right, kids, that's the end of section 10.1. If you have any questions, please let me know. And as always, keep calm and keep trucking.